Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Shout out to everybody here. We're not going to do the countdown today because I got something to show you right now. I just took a long for Bitcoin on MEXC. Shout out to MEXC for flying me all the way across the world, man. It's been an amazing experience. Oversold in the stochastics RSI. So I'm going to give you a reason here why I just took a long for Bitcoin. What I see happening, I'm basically looking for this inverted head and shoulder on Bitcoin to play out here. Back to the upside. Let me actually redo this nice and neat for you. But we got a right shoulder like so. We got a head like this, and I know, don't laugh, you know what I mean, but I could see this thing continue to the upside. The measured move would be the neckline to the head from here, and that's going to send you all the way to the upside here, somewhere at about, I'd say about 118,777. So if that's a key area that I am looking for, 118,777s, and you know me and my 777s, I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? So I could be wrong. We could easily be bear flagging here, right? We could easily start the bear flag like such. This could go sideways. The 21 could come and touch, and then we just continue to dump. So there's no guarantees we're getting a bounce here. I just want to make that clear, right? So just be careful. And Sunday night is heavily volatile, all right? But I'm going to show you some things that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. We're going to do our top-down analysis. I saw this ascending triangle. I was just sitting talking to one of the greatest traders in the game. My man, Wakwar. If you know Wakwar, this guy, Wakwar Zaka, this guy's amazing. He was one of the biggest, I think he was number one on Binance at one point. 1.6 million followers. The biggest Pakistani trader, I think, in the game, right? Seriously, one of the coolest guys, lives in London, hung out with me right now. We talk shop. He might even be watching the stream right now. Shout out to my man, Wakwar. Cool dude, man. Like, he's a boss. You know what I mean? He was the biggest trader on Binance. I'm sitting there having... Anyway, I showed him how the 21 above the 200 was going to pump, and bang. And his strategy also, we were talking about together, kind of had some confluence, and we... Just a good time. You ever talk to a trader, like, and you guys are both going over your strategies together, and it's just an amazing feeling, you know, to be able to, like, bounce that energy off someone after all the years of hard work. So look, there could be another flag here continuing to the upside. There's a chance. You can also see it as a slanted head or right shoulder there, but let's break down our top-down analysis like we do every single week. Tonight is what? Bitcoin. And the weekly candle close. They might kick me out of the hotel if I scream any louder. I don't want to do that. So look, this flag could break out, and the measured move takes you all the way to about 95,875 for BTC. Let's delete all my work. We're going to do our what's called a top-down analysis. If you know me, I'm Sam Price. I do a top-down analysis 2 to 3 times a day for my group, for my Discord, and for anybody that wants to learn how cryptocurrency and stocks work when it comes to trading technical analysis. Again, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm a teacher. You're a student. That's the end of our relationship. I'm going to teach you. I will never tell you what to buy and sell your portfolio. I'll never look at your portfolio. That's not something I do. I'm not a financial advisor, an investment advisor. I don't want to be one. I want to be someone that empowers you to learn from me and take my back-tested strategies and take them to the moon, right? So the first thing we want to look at is the fact that there was a heavy resistance here at about 103,000. And once that lost, we came right down to this area right here. And there was a bounce, all right? If you lose this area, look, you're going to come right back down here to 82,564. And let's be honest here, there's a chance that that's a shoulder, that's a head. You make a right shoulder here. You make a nasty neckline on the head and shoulder pattern. And this thing takes a beat down, right, to the ground here, all the way somewhere down to the level of 66,000. So, and again, remember I pulled a wick to wick on the fib. Someone says, why don't you use fibs in the stream? I said I use a fib on the stream every single day. I pull a whip on the fib. I pull a wick to wick on the fib, and I see the 618 and the 786 consolidate with, have confluence with this key area. Is the music too loud? I just want to make sure the music's loud enough. I'm feeling it tonight, and I got good energy and good vibes, and just want to make sure you have them too. I was hanging around with so much good energy tonight that I would have to share it with you, man. It was an amazing experience tonight. Like, I'm in Lisbon, Portugal, if you didn't know, having a blast. I hung out with Sheldon the Sniper basically all day. We had a good time. Last night, we stayed up all night creating a film. What they did is they put us into teams we didn't know we were going to be in. Just put our names. You hung out with your team, and then they gave us topics to come up with. We had to come up with the topics, and then we had to make a movie. Under 6 minute movie, 5 to 6 minute movie. Had to be 5 minutes, under 6 minutes. So, and we didn't win for some reason. I thought our video was hilarious. You can watch it on Twitter right now, but I actually don't. I want to wait till we're going to do this mass upload together. It's going to be pretty funny. So, anyway, stay tuned for that throughout the week. You got to see this video. Me, Sheldon the Sniper, a few other people in there. It's going to be absolutely hilarious. So, also, tonight is a heavy night of risk management. I'm always very careful trading, and my trade's pretty small. I don't want to go too hard right now because I'm flying. I have to actually leave my hotel tomorrow about like 5:30 in the morning so I can get to the airport at 6:30. My flight's at 10:10. I want to get there early, make sure everything's done right and proper. So yeah, Bitcoin could hit this 21-day moving average, could make a head and shoulder. The monthly loses this key level here at 94,000. You can see we're waiting right there at 82K. So it's not going to be that long. That could be a quick ride. So I just want to put that out there right now. That is a bearish pattern. All right. That's bearish to me, but you are at support. You've hit support. There's a chance you do get a bounce here. You take a look at the 4-hour time frame, the weekly, the weekly, and what we want to see is the weekly make a bounce here. We need a tweezer bottom on the weekly, and we're starting to get it. That's how the weekly could reverse, just like that. Now, maybe it collapses and dumps to the downside. To me, there's low risk here. You can get in here with a stop below that wick on the weekly, and you can tweezer top, you can tweezer bottom the weekly. This is just something I'm doing. You do whatever you want. I'm just looking at this idea, and I'd like to keep myself safe right there, right? And then boom, and see if we can get a tweezer bottom back to the upside here on the weekly. So the weekly looks interesting to me. And what I want to show you is, I know I'm doing both sides of the mirror here, but it's good to be open-minded and see things as a possibility, right? So look, that could be a shoulder, this could be a head, and we could get a right shoulder here. And what I've learned is a lot of head and shoulders tend to be ascending triangles. So like, this would end up making some type of ascending triangle like this. You'd have this, and this would break out. You'd get a pump all the way out here to 168,700, right? And so I'm looking for this to possibly, that's a possibility here. Imagine if we went to 168,000 by June. It says, it would be a straight shot. You get there by May. If it was an absolute shot, it would be April. Straight up in the air, which I've never seen Bitcoin do. It just doesn't do it. You'd still be at April, right? So like, and again, maybe it comes up a little shorter and we get there. There's a chance it could be a smaller shoulder. I don't know exactly how it's going to be. I'm projecting for you. But, 169,000 somewhere by March 9th. I mean, you never know. Bitcoin is a very interesting asset. The second you turn your back on it, it will do something you've never thought possible. That's why us Bitcoin traders are here daily, 7 days a week. We do not stop constantly. So I see a possible long here for Bitcoin. And when's the last time you said you see me call a long? I've been pretty quiet about the longs here. You used to stay out of trading. I'm starting to see rising wedges, cup and handles, patterns on my ceiling 100%, man. I'm going to get you seeing them all over the place all the time. You're going to see them in your cereal. You're going to see them in the waves. You're going to see them every single place all the time. SFP got ejected on XRP, and XRP controls the whole market, so most likely it's coming down. If XRP comes down, Bitcoin comes down. No, that's 100% wrong. Everything that man just said makes no sense to me. Bitcoin controls the market. XRP has nothing to do with the market right now. It's Bitcoin season. It's up with Bitcoin. A little bit of Ethereum will probably affect XRP more than you think. So just watch what I'm teaching you, and let's get serious, 5-day chart just closed, looking to close a tweezer bottom here. Just closed red, and the second one is coming up green. 3-day chart attempting a tweezer bottom here as well. And then the daily, a tweezer bottom as well. So an entry here with a stop loss below the wick looks likely to me. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to tell you everything I do is right. I never meant to be that guy. I'm just a trader that shows up every day and puts his best foot forward. I'm the most consistent guy in all of YouTube. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021. You know that. I know that. You can say whatever you want. But consistency is key. And through consistency, I find my way no matter what. No matter what. So take a look at this. Possible daily flag here. So your bearish scenario, you're making a daily bear flag. Your bullish scenario, you're actually going to flip this into an inverted head and shoulder and dig your way out of this grave to the upside here. And Bitcoin channels its way to the upside. So I think it's worth taking a shot at this low daily area as we tweezer bottom basically twice. So I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Let me look at the chat, and shout out to everyone here so I can connect to the chat. I really want to make sure if anyone's confused, they understand what I'm saying. If anyone's lost, they say, hey, I don't get it. Is anyone out there not understanding me? Could I explain it better for you? I just want to make sure I'm providing pure value for everybody on the stream. How can I provide more value? Let me know. I don't know how to give you more value. Okay, if you don't let me know, right? I'm gonna keep giving you the value, so living the dream, baby. Yeah, we ain't going any lower near 160K. We ain't going anywhere near 160,000, says Patrick Bateman. Yeah. Do you use TA outside of trade? I don't know where we're gonna go. See, the difference between me and you, Patrick, is I have no idea. The odds don't look good, let's be honest. And let's take a look at BOOKMAP and see what's happening. BOOKMAP has liquidity to the downside, suggesting it's going to take us down, down, down. She got me down, down, down. And that's 92,150. It would be a pretty nasty collapse. We tend to go to where the closest red is. BOOKMAP has a bunch of red down here. Chance we go down there and smash. However, now we've got this big volume bar, big stop loss, shakeout at about, $105,000 BTC? 105.8? Haven't seen that before. Just kind of telling us there's more liquidity moving in. People are shorting. And they're going to continue to short as we kind of, And Sunday night's volatile. If they make it look crazy, a lot of people will short the market. All right? He says, you being here is value. I don't know whether to be bearish or bullish. Sam, what's happening? I'm bullish. But you've been talking about this bear flag. And there's not much pullback. Lifer. I'm sort of a noob to all this. I just bought some Bitcoin and hoping. Hey, man, I love you, brother. It all starts somewhere. The secret to success is getting started. Looks like there's bearish deviation on the USDT daily. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier today. We're falling liquidity cycles. Market is choppy until we get QE. I agree. Bitcoin goes to 150K before XRP goes to $3. I love you. Shout out to Diamond 5027. I don't get how we only have liquidity below. We've been consistently ripping apart longs. How come they never go for the shorts? Because right now, not enough people are short, my friend. And not enough people are willing to take a shot short right above the line. You see? Everyone's right here, longing right below this line. Longing with stop losses at 92.9. 90. If we go through 92,000, that's going to be a smash mouth. Bang! All right? But we'll see. We will see. What's up, Sam? I love you, man. I love you, Marcus. God bless you, man. It is 1 a.m. here, and then I got to pack when I'm done with this. I should just pack all my stuff, set my alarm for like a 4-hour nap, wake up, head to the airport, man. This traveling life is tough, man. It's like I'm a band member touring the world. But seriously, I've kind of almost been on a little mini tour recently, right? From Lisbon, Portugal, all the way to Singapore, Dubai. I was flying to Massachusetts a bunch of times this year. Then I also went out to Las Vegas. It's been an epic year, man. And I was just invited back to Dubai in February for a trade-a-thon. So back to Dubai in February for a trade-a-thon. I'm in Dubai now a couple times a year. So shout out to everybody here. We love you. We appreciate you. So yeah, this does look more bearish. Then why did I take a long? Honestly, I'm a contrarian trader. And I know there's a chance that they spike this up tonight back to liquidity and smash a bunch of longs to 1014. Be a smart move for the market maker, in my humble opinion. All right. Be a smart move for the market maker. The order book also showing signs of a move to the upside. So we'll see what happens. No guarantees. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames on weeks. Might be a trade there. Now, let me look at the smaller time frames first here, and then I'll see if there's a trade on weeks. But the key is this, right? Now that my computer on all day, so it ate some RAM. My fault. I should have shut it off and turned it back on. But let's take a look here. See, there's a little flag forming on the 1 minute right now that looks somewhat interesting here and could do some damage, right? So the smaller time frames also looking like they may get frisky here. Price action gets above 95,471. We are in the money. So yes, yes, and more yes for Sheezy. Indicators, remember, if you know my indicators, the first thing we're going to do is add MAs, moving average, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to settings. We're going to hit the settings bar, obviously, and the first moving average we're going to turn is 21-day moving average. We're going to turn that white, okay? White. Remember, free training every single day here. I don't hold back. I give you what you need to succeed. If you make gains and it works out, then join my trading group. You know what I mean? Pay it back and jump on in. Have some fun. Like, hang out with the people that you know are the best. Have a blast with the lifers. So jump on in today. Go to cryptolifer.com. Actually, no, there's a link below the video right now that's to my Black Friday sale. I want you to go to that link and I want you to click on that link. Why do I want you to click on that link? It's right here. All right, I'm going to show you because it's going to take you to a form that I want you to fill out so you get extra 10% on my Black Friday sale, okay? It's going to give you an additional percentage. 24 hours, you're going to get emailed the code. You're going to use that code up to 24 hours. So the Thursday, 12 to 12. On Friday, right when we turn to 12:01, that code will not work and you'll have to pay, which is already a discounted price, but we're going to give you a double discount just by filling out this form. If you did it last year, you have to do it again. Again, the form is right here. I'll give you a moment to fill out that form. I won't do any TA. I'm going to count to 10 and then I'll get back to business. 1. All right, here we go. Let's get back into it. So I just want to give you an amazing, affordable, premium Discord that will blow your mind, show you things you never thought possible, and take you on another, take you to another level. So the daily, right? We're back to here, and we know if the daily loses 93,000, there's just not support until you hit right here at about $88,000. And 88 seems to be calling my name. It makes the most sense to me that we would go to 88,000, but you never know. There's a gap in the VRVP right down there at 84,000. We would gap down pretty dang fast, right? And all you would need is this candle to start to break down tonight slightly. And next thing you know, you'd be in some trouble, and this thing could take a beat down. So, again, I do see tweezer bottoms. The last time you would hit this second tweezer bottom, like this one, you would have been paid, and no stop loss would have been hit. This tweezer bottom, you would have been paid, not much, but 3 days later, you'd be in the money. This one, you would have been so paid. This one paid. This one was a huge, pretty much a good of a pump. This one paid very, very well. This one paid well. That paid well. That paid well. That paid okay. This one paid very well. That tweezer bottom there. And that one paid very well. That one paid okay. Again, there's bearish div there. So you see what I'm saying? And what am I saying? Like every time that we have a red candle that forms, that's a bearish engulfing candle. You can put this in that, right? Dump to the downside. So the key is we'd like to see this candle do what's called a bullish engulfing. We'd like to see this thing get so big that you can put this candle inside of it. The wicks aren't as important as the candle bodies, especially on the bigger time frames, but we'll take care of all that at the time. So we look at here on the daily, and now I'm going to start zooming in. The 12-hour, the 22, and you can see, yes, there's some exuberance to pump here. You can see they want to move. What's going on, Almost looks like an Adam and Eve, a diamond. I'm going to talk about the diamond that I just saw there. Might take a smaller time frame to really show it. Let's take a look at the 12-hour too. Some could say it's starting to form a bear flag just the same. Shout out to Elon Musk's mom. I met Elon Musk's mother. Unbelievable. It was insane. She had a meet and greet with only the prestige members. I should have spent more time, but it is what it is. I didn't want to be too all over her. But, I got to see her throughout the day. It was a very interesting experience. I listened to her talk. And I don't know, just to see the woman that birthed the richest man in the world, that blew my mind. And the fact that I was one away from Elon Musk, like I was hanging out with his mother today, like so crazy. Like have you ever hung out with Elon Musk's mom? Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to say it was quite an amazing experience here in Lisbon. Like, they went all out for the creators, and it was a very intimate set. It was amazing. So I just want to say thank you again to CCC. Thank you to MEXC. Thank you to everybody that gives a dang about the lifer, man. And yeah. So look, on Bitcoin now, I'm going to kind of start moving into that 8-hour time frame. And on the 8-hour, I have a strong bullish divergence. I got a swing up on price action, a strong swing down on the 8-hour time frame. And this tells me, I don't know, man, like this thing might start to pump. You know, there's a chance you Adam and Eve back to the upside and you get bullish here. Okay? Be very careful. It is Sunday night. It's almost better. Elon's Tesla stock has changed. Yeah. I'm no Maxi on Zcash. I just seem to have something special cooking. That's all. Hey, I agree. Elon Musk's mom is pretty good looking for... Dude, she... Actually, I never really took a chance to really... She was a model her whole life, right? Cooking with Elon Musk's mom. You're funny, man. If you want privacy, XMR is the only private coin. Full stop. Yeah, just hanging out with the richest dudes in the world's mom today like it was nothing. Never bought a meme in my life. Nostradamus. You're funny. Great, you're getting along well. Yeah, and I fly out tomorrow right back home, man. I will miss tomorrow morning stream. I am so sorry about that. But I will be streaming Monday night to cover for that. So we'll be all right. Yeah, you're right. Elon's dad left her for a young woman and then left that woman for her. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, I read all that. That story blew my mind, man. It's like, he married a woman, then he married that woman's daughter. That's a true story. So insane. Doesn't even seem real. But he said they were in love, and is what it is. And I watched it, and it was like, I guess I can't judge. I don't know. It's not up to me. It was pretty interesting. So, yeah. You say what you want about that story, and I'm not going to go into it. It is what it is. But it is a known story out there in the space. Okay, so bullish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame as well for Bitcoin. Could we get the move? Could we get the inverted head and shoulder to save the day here? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bitcoin does the move back up to liquidity. I'm going to take the long because I am a giving man. And I like to give these longs a push, baby. Let's go. So again, same idea here on the 1-hour time frame. Moving average is getting tight. Usually when we start to get tight, the end of the dump comes. We can get that pump back to the 200. Let's take a look at that 15-minute. And the 15-minute's starting to kind of do what we want it to do. Let's take a look here and show you what I mean. Well, we got above a local resistance right there at that this left candle topping there, right? And that's going to be about 94,651. Then when we look clearly here, we see that Bitcoin is sideways like this, right? And actually, I would take the whole length of this pole, and I would be waiting for Bitcoin to formulate into this, into this pattern, and then boom, we could see an explosive move for Bitcoin. It's kind of crazy, but I'm starting to see a possible 97,563 BTC. So Bitcoin looking very, very, very interesting to me tonight on a Sunday night, and I opened up a long on a Sunday night. Very rare for me to do. Not something you'll see me do all the time. It's actually, especially when I'm flying tomorrow, it's a lot of weirdness for me to be doing that. But, I have been watching the charts for days now. I've been pretty light on the trades, just kind of sitting there ever since Friday night, just taking it as a. And now I see something that's possible, right? So 7-minute, again, battling the 200 moving average. This is what I'm talking about here on the 3-minute. So on the 3-minute, we're above the 200 and starting to conform. And we talked about how this even looked like a flag that could break to the upside. And so far, it kind of is. I do see shoulder, head, right shoulder. Things are possible. And that's why we use my quantum projection theory. What is quantum projection theory? Quantum is what's going to happen, right? Like a particle could be anywhere in the world, right? It's quantum. It has unlimited possibilities. So the idea is this. This has unlimited possibilities, but I'm going to build 2 possibilities. One is that we keep going down on a falling wedge and retest here, shoulder to the dump side. And the other one is that we go up and start to consolidate. What I like to do is I only trade if we consolidate and get tight, then I take the trade. Or if we come down here, maybe I take the bounce off this previous resistance. But I'm already waiting for these key levels. I know exactly which ones should hit and shouldn't, and why what the probabilities are by exactly who's facilitating that move. So it's it's looking pretty interesting. I'm liking the distribution. Distribution is when you pump, and then you start to kind of let off some longs, let off some steam, let off some shorts, let off some longs, and you distribute the wealth, right? Distribution. And then you get so tight that people start to hoard that asset, and then boom, we get the big move to the upside. So yes, I'm looking for this to possibly flag out. It could right shoulder and dump right back down here to 94,700, 94,685, but we don't know for sure. No reason to be able to, speculate on that just yet. 5-minute time frame. Got a beautiful bounce off the 200 moving average, and you know how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. And it was a falling wedge that broke to the upside. 21 was pretty close. Usually it's touching, but so far, so good. And then what you want to look at here is that you got to bounce back to the top of the channel. You do not want to make an M here. You make an M, that's an M pattern. And M patterns, what? They break to the downside, right? So you want to be looking for this to kind of go more lateral, close a candle above this level. It can hit somewhere here, but anywhere from here on is a no-no zone if you're, And then it comes back and gets tight, and then boom. This makes the most sense to me. And you're sitting somewhere at about 97,653. All right. So I'm starting to see a possible move here for Bitcoin, but it's not amazing. All right. Sam takes the, I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. I asked ChatGPT, and ironically, it laid the entire plan out. I don't take anybody's trades, man, just to make it very, very clear. I have no idea what Master Friend's doing. Yeah. I've been trading candle bodies for a long time, man. I'm not trying to be rude, but before I met Master Friend, I used bearish and bullish engulfing candles. I used camera wicks. I used, I would buy the wick area. It's a very simple way to trade. If I took the exact 786, that's his signature, but I've been using the 618 for a long time. Did your person's sentiment towards price action change completely Friday to Sunday? I know fans don't matter, but your gut is pretty accurate. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm not using my gut. I'm just looking for a pump I'm just looking for a possible scalp. Yeah, I'm not going to go on a limb here and say we're absolutely... What I first have to see is a small time reversal on a small time frame. That's the first thing I need to see. If I get that, we can build. If I don't get that, it's going to be a struggle because that's the first order of business, and we can't even get that done, right? So the idea is we start at a smaller time frame, we wait for confirmations, and then we build from there. It's just how it is. I'm going to teach you how Bitcoin dumped from the 1 minute 200 moving average all the way down, till eventually lost the daily, then the 2-day, and now it could come for the 3-day chart, right? Look, that's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder right there. That does say it's going to dump. It's going to dump somewhere down here to about 94,288. And then you look at the 1 minute time frame, and you've got a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, almost a double right shoulder there. And the measured move takes you somewhere down to about, I'd say about 94,286. So there you have it for Bitcoin. If you're bullish, you're going to come up and go sideways. If you're bearish, you're going to drop right back down to 96 and then play games. May you come back up again. But at that point, the idea can reconvene, So this thing could tank. Or it stays up and goes sideways. And I would only take the trade or add to the trade if we go sideways. I took a very aggressive long on the daily right now, but it's not as big as a regular trade. So I'd like to get weeks up and running too so I can see what was happening there, but I didn't. And remember, you're going to lose as a trader. Never run away from your losses. Losses are great, but you're going to lose. Just remind yourself that that's going to happen. Losing is very much a part of the process as winning. The second you understand that, you're going to be okay. But if you shun losing as if it's not winning, because losing is winning, winning is losing, together you somehow find a synergy there, right? It's pretty interesting. If you can't lose, then you can't win, right? Because the opposites wouldn't exist, and we know they do. So from there, it's kind of up to whatever one, your interpretation. So I have to be honest, it looks very head and shoulder-esque for me. I feel like I may eat my longs here. Now you basically be looking for, see, that looks like a descending. I'm going to just get rid of the bigger projection for now. We can come back and always look at that and see what it's telling us. and how we fit inside the parameters there. But let me see here. Ooh. I got so much TA I'm cooking on right now. It's nuts, right? But like, that's starting to look to me like a descending triangle. I don't like these. It's got a head and shoulder vibe. Looks like they're gonna dump that thing, man. Yeah, 94,850. That thing would send all the way back down to about 94,400 for Bitcoin. For me personally too, smaller position, not going all in, not going too hard. I mean, that's starting to look like a descending triangle. You flip that upside down, they break to the upside. Kind of what we just saw earlier this morning, but man, the 1 minute had a huge pump there up to about 95.57, 525, all the way from the lows at 93.8. And now it looks like they're gonna possibly head and shoulder this puppy to the downside. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Let me pop into the chat for a second, see what people are saying. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Tough time for Bitcoin. If you survived this far, you deserve to make it. But nothing's guaranteed. Life, you ever play Call of Duty? Yes, I have, many times, yeah. On Wii, though, back in the day, not too much. Bitcoin cheaper now than it has been in a long time, it seems. Most everyone is forgetting not to buy, yeah. I look here at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, too, as well, right? And you can clearly see, I mean, it's extreme fear. Now it's extreme fear. Yesterday was extreme fear. Last week was extreme fear. Last month was extreme fear. And then you're going to update the creme when people say, like, you know, this the next update will happen in 0. So they just updated this at a 10. So crazy. And they bumped it to 14, which is amazing. It's like there was your chance to buy Bitcoin. And that 14 almost coincides with this little rip back to the upside. So it's been an actually pretty interesting day for trading. Hasn't been the worst, hasn't, you know, it's been okay. Like, we figured out our way no matter what. And it's been absolutely amazing. Yeah. You know, you never know how you're going to assemble the team of people that are going to make your dreams come true or help you get to where you want to be in life. But I tell you what, it's a very rewarding process. People that, you know, look up to your ideas and create their own ideas in synergy with your thoughts. I mean, you just can't beat that. All right? Just can't beat that. Oh, yeah, I'm not big all the way. I'm like, why are you? Yeah, I need to go to spot here. Just want to see how much I'm up on the day now, just to take a look. I think it might have reset on the 631, nothing too crazy. You can see holding 2 BTC, bunch of tether. I got 1,000 SOL. I'll take to the grave with me. Zen, 8,400 of Zen, looking pretty interesting. We're going to get into some other coins too, and we're going to take your super chats. It's going to be a fun-filled stream. I got so much to talk about and break down for each and every one of you. I'm excited. Safe travels back to your family tomorrow. Thank you for the Ondo TA last night. It helped me sit tight for a better position to enter. God bless you. Thank you so much for thanking me for the technical analysis. And thank you for telling me that it helped you. That's amazing, bro. That's my job. I don't have to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. I just want to make sure people are learning. This is similar to 109 to 74 stop, then 125 to now 91. You're interesting. Now 90K. Do you also trade gold, Sam? I did for years. Yeah, silver wants to bust loose. USDT dominance rejected at the weekly 200 moving average. I just head faked everyone out and made the majority of these so-called experts who start crying for their mommies when screeching bear market. Now Bitcoin lifts. Would be such a Bitcoin thing to do. They just head faked everyone. You know, you never know what could happen, Happy Wolverine. I love you though. Let's just take it one step at a time. Let's not hate anybody. Life's too short to hate anything. Remember that. I was a fortune cookie I got years ago, and I'll always remember it. It was a really good one. I remember it. I mean, that's why it was good. It stays with me no matter what. Shout out to Crypto Kid. Hope CCC was fun. Crypto Kid, I love you, man. Thank you, bro. It was amazing, man. It was a really good time. Tiring. Up all night. I'm on like 5 hours of sleep for like 2 days. When I go home, I will crash like a baby. Right? Up 350% over the past 1.5 weeks since joining the Lifers. Thank you, Sam. God bless you, man. That's an amazing accomplishment. God bless you. Don't give it all back. Please stay disciplined. All right. You are a master teacher. Thank you so much. I love you. You're a master. Crypto Kid holding me down. So nice to meet you that time, man. And everyone, subscribe to Crypto Kid. He's a young kid finding his way. He's awesome. He's learning. He's putting a lot of work in. Go subscribe to his channel. Say what up. You might find I might not be live one day, like tomorrow morning. He might do an update or something. You never know. Shout out to all the people that helped this industry grow, man. I'm just blessed to have a position in this industry and to be where I'm at and to be kind of starting to become one of the big boys, that get respect around the world. Someone went up to me in a shopping mall today. It had nothing to do with the Lisbon event, nothing to do with anything. I was literally walking through a tiny shopping mall and an old man looked up and goes, "Sam?" And I look at him and he goes, "I follow you 2 years. I love you, man. You're great. I learned so much." And I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Let's get a hug. Let's get a picture, man." Blew my mind. Sam was one of the few content providers that kept it real and calm and looked at all the possibilities. So done with 90% of crypto content, peeps. Yeah, no, I think it's the true value content stuck out in the last few months. Like, whoever had true value really stuck out. Life doesn't suck right now, man. Take a deep breath. You're alive, brother. There's people that are not alive, man. Let's start looking at what's possible and not what's not. Let's not focus on the negativity. Let's focus on the positivity. I don't like this. This is kind of a rolling route. This is kind of a rounded top. This could easily break to the downside. Said it is. Said we could easily go down to 94,000. So we're not out the water yet, so to speak, here. And that looks like it's about to take a nasty dump. I have to be honest. Like, you can see that, right? Like, it had a huge pump. It squiggled. Now the 5-minute could lose the 200 moving average. Look, that's a head and shoulder pattern right there. I see it. It's a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Now I'm wondering if I really want to be in a trade on a Sunday night when I have a flight, And that was the same reason why I didn't take the trade on Thursday afternoon there, or Thursday morning, because I had to fly out. And it was like, you really want to be in a trade when you got to fly out and things have to be a certain way, right? The packing's going to be crazy. I always get all this free stuff, and then I got to fit it in the suitcase, and it's impossible. I know, not a huge complaint, right? Free stuff is great. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, all sorts of things that you wouldn't believe, I mean, possible double bottom on the 3 minute. Like, I need to be saved here. I need to be saved by a double bottom on the 3 minute time frame. Like, it has to. We got to get a double bottom here. You see this? Small time frames could bail me out here on that double bottom. It doesn't look likely. This is a descending triangle. They mainly break to the downside, man. And you got this gap in the VRVP just waiting. It is Sunday night, a crazy day to be trading, right? And there it goes. I think it's going to take a downfall. I think I might just cut the trade off. You know what? I love being that epic guy that calls the bottom. It just feels so good. I love taking these longs, and I hit so many longs on liquidity the last year that I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to calling that bottom. And like, I've seen it so many times, right? Like, look at this. This is a giant daily wick. Like, the daily candle still looks absolutely amazing. Nothing wrong with the daily right now. It does have a wick down, all right? But, the wick up is pretty nice too. And right now it's just figuring out. It's an indecision doji, attempting to figure out its way here. And then the smaller time frames need a bounce. Like, almost have to make this a bit of like a wedge here that breaks out. I'm going to stay in my trade, and I'm either going to lose $1,000 or I'm going to stay in the trade. That's my plan. All right. Here we go, baby. Here we go. There's a chance, man. So you're telling me there's a chance, baby, that this is a low, that's a higher high, that's a higher low. We could continue to pump all the way, baby, all the way. Or we take a beat down, you know what I mean? Let's see here. But look, see how the 21 and the 200 getting very tight? Very bullish sign. Moving averages are pretty far apart. They are curving with the daily. That starts to fall down. Are you ready for that, right? VRVP also sitting there with the gap, right? So, Bitcoin, baby. To me, I'd have to say it looks a little more bearish than bullish. That's a descending triangle. They break to the downside about 90% of the time. And then, but it also says once that starts to break down, and many people have done this in their own, you start to make that a falling wedge. And then you say, well, maybe it could be a falling wedge too, though, because, right? So I put one I'm willing to lose, and I don't look at the trade again. Honestly, like something I'm going to stop doing completely and just really work on discipline and management. But to me, it still doesn't look amazing. I have to be honest with you. I took a long, but I would like comfort. I would like the long to get back above like 95,000 if possible. But that's what I desire. I'd like to get what I desire. I love to get what I desire. Just open another candle. Not a fan of the shoulder, head, right shoulder vibe either. And the tight moving averages, usually you dump down to the 200. I've seen it many, many times. What I want to show you is this. This is very interesting. So you could go to your weekly and you could say, okay, when did the weekly bear market start? When did these things go up or down, right? Damn, man. Bitcoin going to 94,787. I'm not liking that. To me, if it starts to cross 300, it's kind of, I wanted to see the pump already, to be honest. Like, we're just not getting that. Keep hanging on by a thread at the bottom trend line, just like sitting there. Well, there you go. So here's my deal. See this resistance here? If we lose this resistance at 94,744, to me it says that we could go lower, And so I shouldn't play with that key level here. It's right here. It's where that right shoulder was made on the head and shoulder pattern, way back when there. Basically, dang, look at that. A year ago to the day. Sunday, that's so weird, right? Sunday, November 16th, 2025. Oh, no, that is today. I'm out of my mind. I think I'm looking at the weekly. I'm sorry. No, it's Sunday, November 16th, 20. It is Sunday, bro. You're out of your mind. Anyway, let's take a look at the weekly close for a split second and just stare at it and be happy about it. The weekly close is interesting. It's a tweezer bottom. It could do us some damage. We're going to, we have some other stuff going over, but it's interesting. And then we're just seeing if this flag can like dig its way out of here. Wow, far more red than the other one. Even watching the volatility of the candle, I can imagine the people involved in there and like all the ups and downs that are occurring. I mean, that's insanity, right? So, can anyone see my chat? You're spamming, man. Yeah, we're not into spammers, man. Yeah. Is 87,000 the bottom? I mean, my thing is this. We are so close to the bottom because we were at 10 yesterday. That usually is the bottom when you hit 10. And if you bounce back from 10 already, I don't know. It doesn't look amazing. Yeah, so you put what you're willing to lose. You don't overextend yourself. And if things don't go well your way, you cut them off. It's a very, again, most people don't have that ability to do so. You got to put a lot of effort into it. You got to care. You got to want it. You got to push yourself. Like everything in life, it's not going to come free. TA is never going to come free. You never said it would, right? You're going to have to really push yourself. And there's going to be some grueling days and some days where you're just like, feel like you hate me, right? But I'm going to push you to become stronger. I'm going to push you to become a better partner. I'm going to push you to do all aspects of your life at a higher level. And I know I can help you because that's what I did. And I wasn't always like this. So I've changed my lifestyle. I could change yours. Okay. Bitcoin, I stay long. As insane as it looks. Doesn't make any sense. I'm looking for this falling wedge to break to the upside. I'm looking for Bitcoin to at least get back to its previous high. Somewhere about 95 and 96, 95,160 and 95,000. Yeah, I'll keep it the same there. They're basically within $100 of each other. The volatility will be tough. It'll be all night. Just be careful. If you can't handle it, get out the kitchen. All right? So that's kind of a Bitcoin in a nutshell. I'm looking for this flag to break out tonight. Otherwise, it breaks down, and the measured move of that head and shoulder is 94,271. If it breaks out, you get all the way to this resistance here at 95.40, 451, and then maybe even higher at 95.749. So, only time will tell. I'll lose in front of the world, and that will be my life, or I'll win. And only time will tell. So we'll see. And we'll go from there. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing your most precious assets with me, and that is your time and your minutes, baby. Your minutes. Folks, I got a story to tell. It's about a young man that wanted to change his life. He worked a 9 to 5 one day, and he decided he was going to do something different with his life. That was me. And I kept grinding and grinding, and next thing you know, you met me here online, and now we have a relationship. Because I talk your language. You hear me, and you feel like you're talking to your friend or someone you've known for a long time, because I'm just as real as you are to yourself, man, and I don't play those games. My dad was a real guy. He showed me how to be real. He taught me how to connect to the inner soul of people. Stay blessed. I love you. Thank you for being a new subscriber on the channel. We love you. We appreciate all the new subscribers. Hit that like button to jump on in. So Bitcoin, honestly, looks like a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Breaking the neckline to the downside. And then we could like reconvene from there, but that's pretty bearish. And then back below the 5-day 200 moving average. And then back below that. No, we're still above the 1 minute 200 moving average. So there's a sign here that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Please don't call her anymore without a right at all. A morning rain cloud took my window, and I can't see it all. Even if I could, it would all be gray. Put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Man, this is vicious price action. Sunday night price action. I forgot about it. I usually don't trade it, so I'm not having to deal with the ups and downs of price action. Another cool thing, though, like, look at this that I'm looking at here in my humble of opinions. I mean, we finally got ourselves a bit of a rounded bottom, and rounded bottoms pay the bills, baby. Like, that's a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. That's what my mentor used to say before he had an untimely moment there. Pretty sad as the music stopped. Yeah, the guy that taught me is gone. He has since deceased. Miss him so much. And I found out how it all happened today for the first time in years. Someone I knew was a mutual friend. They explained. They said, I'm going to tell you later when I get a chance. They saw me later on. They came up to me, and very considerate people here in the space. I'll tell you that. So yeah, we're looking for things to do damage. We're looking for things to continue to pump. And, you know, I could be wrong. But I got bullish div on a bunch of time frames. We are oversold as heck. And hey, it looks like we could even get back to maybe 95,190. All right. So we'll see. One step at a time here for Bitcoin. I like kind of the bullish divvy there a little bit. And I could keep going over Bitcoin until I was red in the face. But I think it's a good time to take a break here from BTC. Like that chunky candle on the 3-day chart. That puts me back in position. I like how that is. Otherwise, we were kind of teetering there. That's a strong candle. Can we get the follow through and the close in 1 minute and 17 seconds? Already went right back to the downside. That's why you want to trade these 1 minute candles, 3 minute candles. You want to have a plan and just kind of see the overall structure play out. If the plan is there, all will be well. It's just kind of how it works out. And you know it, and I know it. All right. So no panics. No panic selling over here. Hey, do whatever you want. I'm just joking. I'd like to be able to say something of that nature, but I just can't say stuff like that. Whatever someone does, they do, you know. And cold, fresh out the fridge is the way to go. French toaster. Interesting. Lakochi's on the prowl. I know, right? Don't let Lakochi get you now. 71K, you think? No, I do not see a thing, somebody said. Be honest, man, it's that Sunday night volatility of sideways price action. It just doesn't look amazing tonight. as they chew us up and spit us out every single day, baby. Another 10% zinger. Bitcoin is fiat for life, yeah. Stick with Bookmap. I think we're going to a CME at 62. I think. I love that, man. People that say I think get wrecked usually. I can read it. I'm grateful. I love you. I shadow ban for 2 years now. You guys can read my chat. I'm grateful. I love you, Sam, and the team. Well, you're not here, man. Bitcoin will sweep before going up. You think so? It looks like it is now. Yeah, you're right. That's why it's important, too, if they sweep. I mean, look at that, dude. The volatility is crazy tonight. And now, look, I'm getting what's called a slanted Adam and Eve. Let me show you this. This is something that I see. I don't think a lot of other people can figure out or just don't notice it. But, like, it's an Adam and Eve pattern that's about to possibly go viral. There could even be a right shoulder here that rips it to the upside. Bitcoin back at 94 or 863, showing some signs of life here for the digital asset, right? I love it. I love it. Nice, big, fat, bullish engulfing candle on the 3-minute time frame gets us back out of the doldrums. But is it sustainable, right? Is it sustainable? We got to really make a bigger move out of here. The volume has been spiking slightly at certain times. Everyone, I got a new ring that tells like your health and everything. And I made sure it matched the Lambo. It's pretty crazy. And the mic, right? Pretty crazy. Pretty cool, too. I was hanging out with so many different people around the world. People from Germany. I got friends from all around the world, folks. I shout out to all the people. Shout out to William, my man. Let me show you his Twitter. The guy's so cool, man. I just met so many other up-and-coming young YouTubers, too, that could really change the game, you know? And 10 years from now, I could be the godfather, man, and just kind of put people on. You know what I mean? I'll have the whole industry kind of figured out pretty well. And we'll be in there. Funny, he said, yeah. Time. So let's go through some of the stuff here that we're talking about today for Bitcoin, right? Yeah, I'm chilling with Crypto, man, my brother, man. This guy's always good to me. Always a fan, always fun, man. I love this dude, man. I have a good time whenever I'm with him, man. He's just like, it makes me happy, man. Some people make you happy, right? And he said he doesn't like the short because that's like longing the dollar. And why is he going to long the dollar? It's a beautiful idea, man, you know? And shout out to my man, one of the behemoths in the space. I may not have the big followers yet, but I'm telling you, I got the big influence, man. And I know everybody in the space, bro. I've traveled the world, man. Tom Lee, I just want to see what's kind of going on here. Oh, yeah, I wanted to show you something. This guy, this is the old man that saw me in the street, dude. He said, I know you, I've watched you. I was like, really? Like, this is nuts. How do you know me? Like, wait, do I have this on here? Just for a split second, everyone. I know you're like, I know what you care about is the charts and you don't care about my life, but, no, I'm just joking. Some of you do.
Yes, I follow you for 2 years now.
Excellent.
And it's amazing.
Wow,
I see you right now.
That's so cool, man. It's so cool, bro. It's amazing. Thank you.
Like, that's just nuts, right? Older father. I think he said he had two girls. Then Mrs. Musk was hanging out, doing her thing. She was in great shape. 82, 83 years old or something like that. Just absolutely amazing. We had a blast. This is Nas Daily. This guy has over 61 million followers around the globe. This dude is an amazing. He went 1,000 days straight making a video on YouTube till he just absolutely crushed it and made it. Now he keeps going every single day on social media. So many interesting people that use YouTube to change the way the world is. My long is starting to pump pretty nicely. They just took this thing to the upside, and I'm telling you, I got this uncanny ability to figure out where price is going. I don't know how I do it. I just do it. I do it all the time, and I think because if you just do something all the time, you'll get a knack for it. Now, maybe we turn. I don't want to, like, start tooting my own horn here like I'm the greatest in sliced bread because you never know. But right now, Some people might be in that money right now. We will see. We will see. Let's get that music back up and running. And we'll get you in the zone. So Bitcoin did kind of show some volatility there. And it's been boom, 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 booming all around. That actually showed that it broke from the head and shoulder, but it came back up with a strong vengeance. Low stochastics also suggest a possible move here. What I also want to see is us just flatten this level of liquidity finally, or just kind of get rid of it. It's at 92,700, and it may start to disappear. If Bitcoin rips up hard, I believe they might want to switch the opposite way, right? And so the liquidity is on. We see there's red up there at 105,700. If we zoom in to this area right above us, I mean, they're going strong, right? But anyway, when we look at BTC, 94,950 for Bitcoin, and it kind of gave about half of that back that it just had. So again, I would sleep on this. I'll be up in the morning to check on what's happening for BTC. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Let's get back into the chat. You people have something to say. So that's Bitcoin in a nutshell. I'm looking for it to, oh, I don't like that. You can't squeeze your top on the 3-minute Bitcoin. You got to kind of pump now. Now it kind of has to pump. Imagine it does this. It did that. It just closed a 3-day bearish candle. That's so nasty. Almost looks like shoulder, shoulder, head, double shoulder now. It's kind of, what a weird move. Bitcoin spikes out of nowhere and makes a weird move. I don't know. I'm going to stay with the first one. We'll go from there. But right now, we'll see. Looking for it to make a possible inverted head and shoulder, right? And break back to the upside. So BOOKMAP. Now we're back to 94.9 again, and we just touched 95,100. This is volatility at its best, man. And it's almost not looking at on the weekends. It's just not, in my humble opinion. But you're going to do whatever makes you happy. That's just kind of how the world works in the long run, right? Man, BTC, baby. 1 hour doesn't look, it looks like it could roll over overbought. This swings down, but this swings down. They're both kind of exactly the same. And yeah, it just tells me to watch this. This is interesting, though, what I'm seeing here now. What a night. Like, I just love tonight. There's something special about the charts tonight. I mean, there's always something special, I guess. But tonight, extra special. I may be calling the bottom, like, of this. I may be calling the bear market, and the bears may actually get rocked tonight. We might wake up in massive gains this morning, you know, and I don't care where you are in the world. It is now, what time is it for me? It is 2:10 a.m. for me. I'm going to finish this, have to pack all my stuff and get ready for a trip around the world again. No, but seriously, look at that pump back to the upside, man. And I'm sticking to my longs. I'm looking for us to kind of do this. And what is that? Somewhere by 3:45, 5 in the morning. We're somewhere back at 97,000. 97 is key, because you get to 97, you get to 100. You get to 100, you get to 102. You get to 102, it's 105. 105 is 107. And you get to 107, things start to change. Look at BOOKMAP. It just liquidated a short. A short just got liquidated. I saw it with my own eyes here on the chart. That's right there. Those are shorts getting liquidated. Those are liquidation events there. Right there. You can see them on BOOKMAP. Shout out to BOOKMAP crushing it right now during, you know, with the hotel Wi-Fi, bro. So, blessings on blessings. Look at this thing booming to the upside with that firewall, though, you know. And look, 95,300 for Bitcoin, showing damage cheese to the upside. 95,047 for price action. Bitcoin, I'm loving it. The trade right now that I'm in, look at size. What size are we on trade? $76,000 position. $2,600 in it, 30x levy. We are now up $78. Bitcoin is ripping. And am I going to be the king of 3% at the end of the stream? Looks like in 5, 4, 3, 2, I am the king of 3%. No one makes 3% faster than me right in front of you on this channel. It's a running joke, but honestly, you see me make 3% all the time. I talk about it. It's a joke because it happens all the time, right? And look, that's how it starts. Now we're already up $100. Shout out to anyone that's making gains in the trade. God bless everyone that stuck with the lifer. It was sketchy. It didn't look good. I bet a bunch of you people, you know, are, you know, might have shorted that. It didn't look amazing. All right. Okay. Blessings on blessings to everybody out here. Thank you for showing us again. JP Morgan changed the game forever. Yeah. Hey, Sammy, what happened to the small account progression? I'll get back to it. Yeah, I just don't do whatever you tell me to do, all right? I do whatever I want, man. God bless you, though. I appreciate it. You're just asking. You're being nice. I get it. But we already went over that. It just, you know, honestly, to be honest, growing a small amount, very hard for me. Like $90. I tried to go $90 to 500. That was very hard, very difficult for me because, number one, it's hard to pay attention to money that doesn't. But again, I truly believe it's that hard. I gotta do it. So, scalping on the 3-minute with 77 SMMA is bread and butter. Hope this helps someone find some consistent gains. The profits don't hold. I don't know why you're so funny, man. You can use any time frame in any indicator you want. Like you could use the 4-minute and the 88 SMMA. It would do exactly the same thing. You could use the 66 to get in a little earlier, or the 55. Like, this is like, you're basically just copying my strategy and renaming it yourself, bro. That's all you're doing. You know that, right? And I can prove it. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest with you, okay? If being honest hurts, I'm sorry, but it's the truth, right? And the truth can hurt sometimes. 95,250 for BTC. And that's how we get down. So look, like he said, valuable alts are a joke prices. You won't get better discounts unless crypto is over and will go from cents to absolute zero, somebody says. Why'd you snap at a guy that asked about the small account? Did I miss something? No, I didn't snap. That was your impression. Yeah, you think that happened. It didn't, yeah. I just spoke calmly and directly. If that's a snap, I don't know. Yeah, God bless you, brother. Can you talk about 92 CME gap? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. One thing I want to go over too is, remember, this is the weekly candle close. We go over the week and see what's happening. First thing you want to look at is this. This is back to 45%. That's going to cause more bearishness. The more they kind of play games like they're not going to cut the rate. But look, Bitcoin is pumping now to the upside. The order book was thinner at the top than it was at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, it's SFP definitely invalidated, so it should be coming down in a second as soon as the XRP starts to fail. Yeah. It is 2 in the morning. Yeah, I'm extremely exhausted. Yeah. I don't have time for nonsense there. What time is it there, bro? It's 2 in the morning there, bro. All right there, dude, there. Bitcoin about to take over. Kick names and kick butt. I told you it was coming, man. But we'll see. I talk with affirmation, but only time will tell. I was sitting with this great trader, and I was telling him how it was very likely we were going to break out of here to the upside. I told him that's a trade right there, but I don't love Sunday night. And again, if you took out all this nonsense, I know it's hard to see. It looks like I have 1,000 indicators. Really just the moving average. But you can see that played out already and is actually could possibly go even higher. So far, so good for BTC. Bitcoin, 95,370. Continuing to pump on the trade. Up 100. No, we should be up way more than that now. Just let it. It's got to like. I ate the RAM up. Usually I let my computer on all day and then I came in and streamed. Just gotta shut it off. For some reason, this laptop, you gotta shut this laptop off. They will cut the rents. Powell is absolutely doing harm. Trash talking during FOMC because of his divorce with Trump. Right? You said it. I didn't say it, but you're spot on, my friend. Someone says bottom's in LFG. I don't know if the bottom's in for sure, but I will start to show signs of a bottom here for Bitcoin, and I'm longing. And I'm going to keep long until along the bottom, man. I think that's kind of how it works. It's called bottom stalking, and you just keep going till you catch it, right? 91 bucks in the trade, 92.33, 93.61 on the trade. I love it. I love it. Let's take a look at the Forex Factory and to get ready for what's coming for the week ahead, right? So Monday, we have CPI in Canada. But crazy for us. Empire State Manufacturing Index sometimes has a bit of a move here. FOMC, member Waller speaks. But at 8:30 at night, it's really weird. Tuesday, November 18th. Nothing really coming that's going to do much for us. There's factory orders, though. I would like to see that. Industrial production month over month. It's going to be pretty heavy. Capacity utilization rate, import prices. These could all affect the market somewhat, but they're not red folders. I'd be like, whatever. What I really want to look at, and I got excited for, is non-farm on Thursday. So, look, great. And then we have this coming here. And then right here, you've got building permits, housing starts, FOMC member Miron speaks, and crude oil inventories. And then some other members speak that nobody cares. Some minutes for the Fed. And then here's the big kicker here. Average hourly earnings coming, non-farm employment change. Non-farm employment, unemployment rate, and then unemployment claims. These are all going to be key sensitive data for us. And at 1:30 p.m., you're going to get a non-farm change. It's pretty weird. I'm wondering if I'm like, if I got a Vepin on. No, I don't. It's weird. But before December 10th, we will get two most important data, and most likely the result showing weak economy. And if this happens, it'll change predictions in favor of a December rate cut. I like what you're saying. Yeah, weak economy, we got to cut the rates again. Sam, I'm wrong to think Bitcoin also needs NVIDIA earnings to be an average or above Wednesday. No, NVIDIA is decoupled from Bitcoin. It could tank and pump. Yeah, on the BLS Bureau of Labor Statistics website, they put out a release date for their missed data. That's interesting. JP Morgan said big bottom was in. See if he lied. Crypto Life for NVIDIA earnings are the biggest event this week. Yes. How do they have data if the government... Honestly, though, NVIDIA is a little overhyped. I think NVIDIA will have some possibility in the market. I don't know if it's going to have that much, So non-farm unemployment change is going to be a big deal. All right. Average earning hourly rate and the unemployment rate. I don't know why this is at 1:30 in the afternoon, though. Usually that would be a lot earlier. That would be at 8:30 in the morning non-farm, but we'll see. I could be wrong. And then unemployment. Oh yeah, I'm in a different time zone, so it's reading different. So of course that's 8:30 in the morning, but because I'm in So at 8:30 Thursday, it's going to be the average. Yeah, I figured it out, right? I'm in Lisbon, Portugal. I can't believe I'm in Portugal. I'd like to spend a little more time here. I didn't really get to see the city. I didn't get to do any sightseeing. I was working the whole time with the team, grinding, doing what I had to do to survive, man, right? Retail sales month over month, Great Britain, Flash, nothing crazy coming our way. Flash manufacturing PMI. So your big day is Thursday. That's when we're going to get the non-farm, the average early earnings, the unemployment rate, the Philly Manufacturer Index, and unemployment claims. If you really want to look at the rate and the claims, those are going to be a big deal. We'd like to see those high to put pressure to cut the rates. You know what I mean? Trump says 500% tariffs. Oh, man, you're bugging. You're lying. Is there a metric to chart and follow to track privacy decoupled from Bitcoin? Yeah, what you'd want to see is you could just take like the top 5 coins in privacy. So what you do, you would go and do a template, right? This is a great question. All right. So you go get a template. And what I mean by that is, let me show you. I like this higher low with the pump to the upside, cup and handle, showing signs of a big move. I believe I'm spot on with the call, but we'll see what happens. Diamond, hey mom, it's hitting X right now. Pay attention. Diamond, huh? Let me look at Deck Screener. Diamond, hey mom. Remember, I'll speculate. I don't mind speculating and having some fun, but for the most part, I'm very well structured with the way I trade, right? Makes me think, is this Jamie Dimon, like a Jamie Dimon meme coin? What the heck is Diamond? I have no idea. I have no idea. And again, don't just, please. It's weird it says Diamond. I was just thinking the other day, like someone could buy a sports car, have 50 sports cars. Another guy could have like maybe some precious stones that are worth more than all that. You know what I mean? It's just interesting when you think of the levels. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It may not be the right one. Justin, President Trump approves bill allowing... No. What are you talking about, man? Are you serious? just in on a Friday, on a Sunday night. I just Googled that to see like if it actually had any data that was worth listening at. So people here say that we're going to get a massive... I would be afraid with NVIDIA. I don't live in fear, man. But if AI is waning, will Bitcoin dump on those thoughts? You guys are in a lot of fear, man. I would calm down and not be so stressed out. I would just put what I was willing to lose and take a deep breath. President Trump approves bill allowing foreign Amazon countries trading with... man. Sam, can you take a look at Vel? Would love to hear your TA expert and thoughts on the project. Well, Velodrone is just like Aerodrone in a way, just a lot smaller, but kind of, you know, operates in some of the similar fashions. And it's a way to take advantage if base gets pretty big, right? But I think Aero's the play, not Velo, personally. Unless you're talking about Velo Finance, that's a completely different thing. But, right? Someone says it's hitting X right now. What does that mean, dude? It's hitting X. Like, come on, man. You sound like a shill. You know what I mean? Don't chill. Don't chill garbage. Diamond hands, right? Diamond hands. I'd stay away from all this nonsense. It never seems to go well for me. So, hey, I've just got to tell you my story. Don't like it. Never been a fan. All right? Anyway, of course I want a bigger dump. I want to buy more DG Page here, funny. Zcash, Sam, can we look at it? We'll take a look. Being conservative, what amount do you think Bitcoin will hit today? I have no idea. But it makes sense, 97,000. Think about it. Once you bust through 92.5, you're going to 96. And once you go through 96, you're on your way to $97,000 BTC. I just don't see how that doesn't happen. So, I could be wrong, but that's what I see happening. It's a news spin about the Russia tariffs. I'm just not really into it, honestly, news spins and nonsense like that. Okay, check it out. He did not... This is a nothing burger. Let me show you how to divide what's happening. How the news doesn't make any sense. They're trying to crash Bitcoin tonight or something. But it's not going to work. Look, President Trump has approved a new state legislation that would empower him to impose tariffs on countries. Continue. So what people do is they see this and they say, Trump imposes tariffs on 500%. It's not what happened. He's approved a new Senate legislation that would empower him to impose those tariffs, continuing to trade with Russia, particularly those purchasing Russian oil, gas, uranium, and other energy products. The bill, which has gained significant momentum in Congress, is aimed at major Russian energy buyers such as India and China, which together account for about 70% of Russia's oil imports. It would allow the U.S. president to apply these steep tariffs on imports from nations deemed insufficiently supportive of Ukraine, effectively using economic pressure to isolate Russia and push for a negotiated end to the war. You got to use some type of strategy, right? There has to be a thought process in how you're going to do what you got to do. The guy's been online basically his whole life. He's really smart. He knows what's happening. You know, here is the Lifer Early Bird special link if you want it. Thank you, Love Learning. If you want to jump on into the Lifer Early Bird special link, it's right there. Click on that link. So make sure and go to the site. And it's going to take you right there to the Early Bird registration. That's going to be Thursday at 12 o'clock at night, right? Right when the 12 or 12:01 on Thursday, and then till 12, right? Then the following night. And then we go into the next scenes and all that fun stuff. So look, I still look what I'm seeing. The 1 minute still looks pretty interesting to me, and it's staying sideways. And I've actually gained back anything that I thought I lost, and we're looking pretty good. So I like what I'm seeing on the 1 minute so far. I'd like to see this continue to flag out, and it suggests that it could break out somewhere by November 16th, right? So look for Bitcoin to go sideways into some chop. That would be really, really nice. And someone said, oh yeah, I was building the template a second ago, right? So you'd have Bitcoin, you go here, push it over one more, and you go here, buy. And then what I do is, you could do a couple things. You could do this. I don't mind this. And you just kind of, what you do is, you know, you can look at Zen, you can look at Bitcoin, you can look at Zen, Bitcoin, you know. I'm joking around. You could look at Zen, you could look at Zen Bitcoin. So the idea is this, okay? The idea is this. Someone say they want a CME, so I'll go, what does it matter? Whether it's there or not, it's there, we're likely going to touch it at one point, you know? It's funny, it could be there for years, man. You never know, but... Possible move back to the upside here on BTC. I could be wrong. I'm getting pretty ballsy to call a call right now on Sunday night. Easily get wrecked tonight. Easily, if you... Proper risk management is always essential. Every single time I'm in a trade, there is a stop loss on my trade. Right there, if we get below that wick, I will get taken out of the trade. It is what it is. I have to deal with those consequences. I have to tell myself I've already lost already so I can get myself on the straight and narrow for the next trade, right? It's when things kind of move, you want to just kind of... And that looks interesting too. That could get nice and tight, create a nice movement. So I like what I'm seeing here. It's all kind of coming together. It's all coming together. So funny, man. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it too as well. And now let's take a look at what you people are saying. I'm seeing some super chats coming on in. I'm looking at the chat. Let's have some fun with the chat right now. Lifer, can you check out EDU? EDU is pumping, actually. It was the one trending. Remember on the last time I gave you a token metrics call, it was trending. And sorry, I skipped the weekly screen share. You can obviously see why, right? I mean, I'm traveling around the world. I'm not able to do that. That would have been at like 3 in the morning. And we were up building all night. It was insane. So let's take a look at EDU. It was bumping pretty crazy. Yeah, nothing too nuts, but it did come from this wick all the way at 004, all the way back to 22. So that's a 5Xer right there. That's a 5-bagger, right? A 5-bagger. So EDU looks like it's making some type of pattern. But it looks like it's forming a pattern. Might come down to the bottom of the pattern one more time. Or it could loop up from there, but it definitely is going to have a resistance. You can even put the bigger one. Yeah, right there at about 13, 21, and then the Papadoo. So yeah, I mean, this is a possibility. If Bitcoin can kind of stay in the realm and not go too crazy, that thing could do damage. You know? EDU, thank you so much for that chat. I appreciate that. Let's take a look here at the fun. And shout out to everybody here on the stream. Let me see how many beautiful people we have on the stream. I have not checked the numbers. I have not asked for a like. I've just been doing what I do every single day. But I love it. And I love y'all. And you people are amazing. Oh, it showed up. Then it glitched out. Then I got it again. So I'll be able to get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was doing that thing where it like delays it and says it's not there. We need 1,000 people on this live, everybody. I just took one of the gutsiest calls of my whole life, and nobody's paying attention. Thanks for all you do, especially by this time of the year. Can you look at Maple Finance? Blessings on blessings advanced. Anytime, man. Make the whole motel hear that weekly candle close. You're funny, man. Motel. I'm in a fancy hotel. Ain't no motel. Telecoin, please, Sam. Thank you, Omar Lopez. Sam, been following you for a while. I'm joining the group soon. I appreciate you and what you do for people. Thank you for your insight. What's the TA on Solana looking like? It's going to pump at Bitcoin pumps. That's all that matters. Time for a BST reversal. Yeah. BST reversal? Block Square token here. So let's take a look. I mean, we made a symmetrical triangle, which are bearish. I just want to, you see a fat triangle next time, it's a bearish. I don't care how bullish you feel. These mainly break down just based on, experience. It's crazy, right? Anyway, never was revealed. We never showed. Yeah, it's funny. And you flip it and dip it and rip it. What is this thing? Block Square? It just looks like it's down in the dumps. I mean, if you believe in it, it's a great place to buy, but I don't know, man. It doesn't look amazing to me. 95,150 for BTC. Yeah, someone said reversal. I don't know. Possible shoulder, head, shoulder. Possible bullish divvy. I'd have to kind of let it find its way again. Like, I'd be looking at it on the daily, on the 4 hour. Double click. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like I have to get it back above the 4 hour 200 moving average. If I can't do that, it's going to be pretty tough, you know. We got to get back above this 4 hour 200, you see. Telcoin, please. Thank. Been following you for a while. Wow, no TA. What's the TA on Solana looking like? Somebody says. Sol, baby, Sol. You know, Sol looks like it's just getting so tight that it's going to stay in this very, very tight frame for a while. Last time I looked at it, I did see how Sol could break down the bear flag and dump all the way to possibly 116. Went to 137. Ain't pretty good though. You know, I mean, dang. So the idea behind this is it's got to get saved, right? I mean, we're in this like free fall, and the falling wedge is not your friend unless we can get the breakout from the higher low of what looks to me like a head and shoulder pattern, right? A shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. He would reach up, grab, right, in a fit of rage. So what we're looking for here now is the 3-day, the daily. So what I see for Solana is this giant cup and handle, right? And if Bitcoin recovers, so does Sol, and it could recover on a mass scale because people are going to run in immediately. Right now, people aren't in memes; they're sitting there, but they're going to run in, and the TVL will go up because all of us together. This trip made me realize Dubai was one thing because it was Dubai. Singapore was its own little place. You know, both felt worldly and interesting, and it was amazing to go to different places in different parts of the world. But this one really took the cake. You know, the way, you know, being in Lisbon here, and it's a beachy community, Casquias, just looks like a really nice place, man. There's something interesting about it. Something crazy happened. I won't mention. I guess, yeah, I won't mention it, but it was pretty nuts. Not too far from where I was standing, honestly. So look, that's a 9-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If Bitcoin makes a move, this is something to possibly follow. And that's as Sol gets back to $314 somewhere by February 22nd. And it's just like all a bad dream. And yeah, we'll see what happens. That would give me $300,000 in Sol. I'd make even more. I'd make another 100 grand, you know. So we'll see. I like Sol. I personally own 1,000 Sol. I want to make that very, very clear. You can see it in my portfolio. You ever go to Portfolino? I'm just joking around. Max C, baby, Max C. So you're telling me there's a chance. So look, I got 197 in Tether still. Haven't deployed. I got 1,000 Solana. I might send this right into Sol. 21,000 Max C tokens. Zen. All right. $8,500. No joke. Tau. Jasmine I still hold. Rio I still hold. AURORA I still hold. Wild, Gala, Naka, Yeezy, BMX. All right, and then we're down to like the 700s, really. Aleph, GFAL, you know, great games for a living. That thing was supposed to be hot, never really played out. Gearbox was hot, changed my life. It's just crazy, like, anyway. So I still hold a bunch of alts, 635,000. If you take away this, though, I mean, it's most of me, the bulk of it, and there's really only 200 grand. So 200 grand in Bitcoin, 200 grand in Tether, 200 grand in alts. What a great way to diversify. And then 200 grand in a Lamborghini. I'm just saying, I think that's a great way to diversify. You can't say I don't deserve. I've been doing this for a long time. All right, I'm not trying to. Yeah. So I like what I'm seeing on Solana. Back to the super chat. Thank you so much. And this BST, I'd be careful of that. I don't think that's going to reverse anytime soon. I could be wrong. Telcoin, an old coin that we used to trade back in the day all the time. Not tell, baby, tell. Don't give me those tells. Telcoin, baby, Telcoin. USDT. Okay, Mexi for Tel. So Tel had a huge pump, honestly, kind of with this Bitcoin move here. We really need to see Bitcoin hold these levels, though. We don't want to see a massive dumpy. Be so wackeezy, right? Telcoin looks interesting on the daily time frame. Like, it's just getting started. The stochastics are a little low, though. You know, the daily a little overbought. Honestly, though, delete this. This is what I see. I've seen this so many times pump. I'd watch Telcoin. Telcoin could break out any moment or just stay inside the flag there and get tight. That is interesting to me. That tells me Tel will go to 0.11082, right? Wow, that thing looks interesting to me. I'd slap an alert on that for Telcoin and show you. Shout out to my elite traders. I seen you guys grinding out of control. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw the patterns, the charts. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Knowing that, you know, I'll be around, but hey, just super nice to see somebody do that over there, especially with approval. All right, thank you. So let's take a look at our baby Tel. I like it. I'm going to send it to the group just so they remember how we organized it there. And there we go. And again, no days off, right? Like, no days off. Somehow we pull it off. I don't know how I don't do a day off, but we do. Telcoin looks very interesting. I would add an alert. You right click, you add an alert there. I just wanted to show you that. When we cross that, the alert will hit. You can put it closer. You might miss the pump. You never know. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't own any Telcoin. It does not matter to me, all right, at all. Not one bit. I would like to see people win and be happy. Yeah. Forgot about Zcash. Risk to reward is scary now. If you had a $38, you're okay buying now. Like, man. Here's the Lifer early bird special link for the 99. Everyone, we're doing a special early bird special for the 99. If you want to jump on in today, I believe it will blow your mind. And that can be accessed at Crypto Live at the link. The link below all my videos. Just remember that. The link below my videos. Thanks for all you do, especially this time of year. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Someone says BSD reversal. BSD reversal and Zcash, please. Yeah, Telcoin looks like it could do some damage. Let's take a look at our baby BST. I think I already looked at it. It looked absolutely horrible. This is Block Square token. It is resembling an Adam and Eve, so you get this sharp decline with a rounded bottom. Could break us out. Could be a nice segue. I'd watch that right there on BST. It doesn't look amazing on the smaller time frame, so you know, baby's just been neglected. Got to start. I don't know. This thing looks neglected, man. BST, but maybe it's the beginning of something big. I don't know. I'm not into speculating as much on things that don't look too promising anymore. You know. This looks interesting to me. It almost looks like the trend line's being held. We could bring this up a little bit. And now you can please my mom, because before she was like, Elon doesn't get here until... Funny. Shoulder... So there's a cup and handle. Can it bounce? I just imagine mothering the richest man in the world. I find it fascinating. Or so the man who makes the most impact, the money just is part of his impact. You know what I'm saying? People that want to point fingers and stuff like that. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, he's just a blessed person with vision and discipline. And people don't like that. That's what I found. 99% of people don't have it. Right? You guys have it because you're the lifers. I'm not really talking. I'm not preaching to the choir here. I know that. But, you know, let's take a look at Zcash. That has to hold. You got to bounce up there now and start hanging out in there. If you can't bounce off this and hang out, that could make an M pattern, lose to 200, and then it'll be kind of like waiting for the next hot trade again, right? So let's take a look at Zcash. Thank you so much for that. We'll take a look at Zcash. On Messe. Right? So confused now. I started streaming at 8 o'clock. It's 9:42. No. Maybe I started streaming at 9 o'clock. I don't even remember anymore. Can anyone help me with my life, man? No idea what's going on. Well, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. How is that possible? Like, how did I just do an hour and a half stream? Like, I don't understand that. Like, doesn't make sense to me. So I talked about Zcash breaking out, right, out of this bigger channel, somewhere at around 561, and so far it's just on. It's on the way. You know, first target's there at 822, second target's at 945. Jammin' 94.5. That was the radio station I grew up listening to in sweet, sweet Massachusetts. Jammin' 94.5 with Baltazar in the morning. Anyone here listen to Baltazar in the morning on Jammin' 94.5? So funny. There's got to be some people that know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, I used to listen to that all the time. Zcash looks very interesting to me, and if Bitcoin can hold and get a level, Zcash looks like it may continue to pump here. You look at the daily for Zcash, and it's actually consolidating somewhat nicely and possibly getting ready for a pump. Let me just delete everything again and look at it fresh. You got a nasty bearish divergence there. I would watch out for that. Tells me we should short the market there. Bitcoin could start to pump really crazily, and then Zcash will dump hard. It's kind of interesting. Well, maybe not dump hard, but looks like there's a community behind it, or a group, or something. And, you know, looks pretty artificial over time, really. But you see it kind of do this, and then that would be the entry for me personally. This idea here that this is going to keep going. Maybe a little more up-facing trend, like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking for Zcash to possibly do something like this. I'll keep alerts out there for it, to watch for it, because you just never know. All right. So we did Solana. Shout out to live from the DC. Shout out to you live from the DC. We did Zcash. We took it best, and we talked about it. Sam, been following you for a while. I'm joining the group soon. I appreciate. I'm joining the group soon. I appreciate you and what you do for people. Thank you so much for your insight. What's the T on Solana? We did the T on Solana. Telcoin. We looked at Telcoin. Looks interesting. Thanks for all you do, especially the time of year. Thank you, man. Make the whole motel hear that. You're funny. It's a motel, man. It's not. I mean, it's a hotel, not a motel over here. What kind of family do you think I got over here making a motel, eh? Don't do no motels over here. So, Zcash, I don't know if it's a buy right now. I mean, there's a chance it could rip and you miss out. Stochastic's low, but I say no. You know, could have done a week ago too as well. 2 weeks, whatever. 7 weeks or something. I don't know how long. So Zcash looks interesting to compare to the rest of the market. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap, see what's happening. We'll go back and see the prices for the, like, right now in the last hour. Nothing really crazy has changed. You're up 6% on STRKnet. You're up 2% on Zcash. You're up 2% on Internet. Up 1%, 1%, 1%. You know, Ethereum up 3%. So it'll have like a schedule of when it's going to actually deploy these contracts, right? So they got Mantle there. They got it all, man. So this looks hot to me. STRKnet continues to kind of do damage here, up 51% in 24 hours. Let's take a look at STRK. Looks like you might get a little bounce there if Bitcoin bounces. STRKnet, man. So it came off from the depths of its bottoms, though, and decided to like do something different. I mean, I see a bullish divergence on STRKnet. Right? It's very strong, right? So it's like you'd get this like bounce. I mean, look at that crazy breakout on the 7-day. It looks interesting, right? 5-day, 3-day, both look really good. Pushing to the 200 moving average on that 3-day. Above the 200 on the daily, which is very, very important. And look at that STRK just pumped from 14 cents all the way up to 23 cents. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, right? At that point, I consider myself that, like, if I had done something that different, I would consider it that I had changed the channel. We were going to start doing something different. You know what I mean? Like, but again, you may find that there's a lot of niche strategies in the game, and they work really well for niche creators. You know, I'm going to be trying all sorts of them out and seeing kind of what converts, what doesn't. And then I'll give you even feedback too. Someone said, can you look at Litecoin, please? Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. STRK looks like it may go sideways and continue to pump. I could be completely wrong. I want to make that very clear. But I've watched price action for years now, and I see how it plays out. It just seems like something that happens. 94.9 again for Bitcoin. Struggling. Bitcoin, you're annoying. Trading Bitcoin on Sunday night is probably the most annoying thing you'll ever do in your life. Someone says, can you look at Litecoin, LTC? Okay, let's take a look at that. Binance. You know, I'm bullish on Binance token. You can see token burns, more and more coming out. It just makes it obvious that we're going to be eating here, you know? Eating off of Litecoin. I'm just joking, right? I don't know if I'm going to be eating off Litecoin, but I will tell you one thing. Litecoin was the first coin, I believe. Maybe the second. I'm trying to think. No, I believe it was Litecoin. I think I bought Litecoin. That's not true. I bought Bittrex. I had bought those other, you know, unmentionable coins. And then when we got the, you know, in the summer, we go to this fair and we buy a book of tickets, right? Each time, really. And my dad was like, what are you going to do for that? Dude's like, what are you going to do for that Litecoin, man? Anyway, Litecoin was $5 when I found it. I told everybody about it. I said, man, Litecoin's going to rip. I said, Bitcoin went from like $300 to $1,000. I said, Ethereum went from $9 to $89. I said, and this coin is the second one on the app, and it's ready to go, right? It's Litecoin, man. And that kind of got people excited. And ever since then, Litecoin's been a little more hip to its pip. And if you look at it here, it may not be a rounded bottom, but it's definitely like a bottom, you know? Anyway, so I see Litecoin getting tight. I set an alert like I do, and let's see if it can get that tight somewhere over here, and then boom, we can execute. Not have to do it twice, you know. I want to make sure people understand each other and they're ready to rock. I'll just put this where I can, you know. You hold control, it gives you another one. Money Pocket Network still in that place. Let's take a look at ASTER. Everyone wants to know what's up with ASTER. Is it a good buy? Can it pump? You know, to me, ASTER is the one that could get away, man, when most people get caught up in the bear markets. So let's take a look at what's happening here for ASTER. I see that kind of cup and handle starting to form here. So if you see it, it came down, it had a beautiful divergence, spiked up, spiked right back down again. And then as you can see, it made a symmetrical triangle that it just broke out of. These mainly break to the downside, but you can kind of see the V-shaped recovery and the U here as well. Like, it's not much of an exaggerated idea that you can see that. It might be the move. If you build like he built, it's going to be like this somewhere over here, you know. But I definitely, you know, like keeping this on the radar. I want to talk about it. I want to look at it. Don't want it to slip my mind at the wrong time, you know, which has happened now in Florida. So, wow, ASTER pumped all the way up to where? 130, 127, and it was down in the dumps there at 82. So that's 50 on 82. You're making dang near, you know, 60%. Hey, Lifer, can we look at TOSHI, please? An oldie but goodie hunt, TOSHI. Wow. You know, Aster looks like there's some bearish div there. I would just say, you know what, maybe we can defy the bearish div and make a flag. That'd be awesome if we could do that, you know. Hey, Lifer, can you look at Toshi, please? Let's look at Toshi. And see what's happening to Toshi here. Okay, Exoku, where do you have it? On Bybit? BitGet? Kraken? Binance? XT? Blowfin? I mean, let me know. Hey, Lifer, can we look at Toshi? Yeah, I forgot the T, that's all. Because I was like, I know we got Toshi. It's been on Trump. Now, I speculate on memes. You saw me even look at a meme today, maybe take a shot. But the idea is not every meme and not all the memes in the game, right? And so there's a time and place and an idea. And look, that's a shoulder, a head, or right shoulder. I was telling you what was going to happen. A 3-year-old could have seen that. You know what I mean? I'm not being rude, but I'm just, maybe it comes across as rude. But that's a head and shoulder pattern that retests and then drops to the downside. Simple as that. Bitcoin 94,950 yet again. Can you believe this? I've never seen people have to change so fast every 5 seconds. Anyways, this has been an insane time for me. I just want to say I love you all. I appreciate you all. And it means the world to me. You know, without each and every one of you backing me, supporting me, I don't think I could show up as much as I do. And my community wouldn't be as strong. I wouldn't get the recognition and the love. I definitely wouldn't get in flown places. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that supports my journey and keeps it going. Yeah. Hey, Lifer, can we look at Toshi? Yeah. Any signs of life out of XEN? No, no signs of life. No. Yeah. I see Toshi. Satoshi is now going to have to make an inverted head and shoulder. Something like this, you know. XEN, let's take a look at XEN just for a second for you there and see what's happening to XEN. So that thing just tanked to the ground, huh? Look at that thing. Onyx coin, just, he tanked it on us? Like, it's so funny, man. No, but like that thing just looks hideous, right? And it's kind of like a cup and a handle too as well. There's your measure move, and you want to try attempt to break out of here like so. Somewhere back to 0.295,224, right? So Bitcoin back to 94.9, man. Struggling. Trades are struggling. It's not easy tonight to stick to conviction. They're making it tough. They're making it tough. Or it is tough. Price is tough. I don't want to say that anyway. So, I mean, falling wedge could break back to the upside any second, really, when you think about it. But when she's been with you long term, it hasn't happened. She's wondering what's going on. Why aren't I not pumping above that 200? How I'm not making gains? With that being said, everybody, I think I gave you all the sauce for BTC that you need. Anything else I think could get distracting at one point, and we need everything that we got. Altcoins aren't done yet. I see a lot of altcoins that are pumping. We have an elite team of traders that are going for all these different altcoins. They're showing you, you know, what's happening, where we're going, and, you know, what's up. I just want to delete this insanity. I'm just watching this bear flag. It doesn't look good to me. I gotta be honest here. Let me go back to the TA again. I mean, you know, like I'll take a short like today. I'll take a long today on scalp, but like we got to get back above that resistance. Even where these wicks hit, like that area has to be taken out. 97,200. We take out 97.2. There's a chance we have some life. So sleep well, my friend. Thank you, man. Remember, Caspa last bear market. You never know. I still hold my Caspa. We'll find out what happens. I forget about it all the time. I have it just stashed away. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. It's a wonderful, wonderful Sunday night here as we go into Monday morning. My flight is going to be at 10 a.m., which is 5 a.m., and then a 7-hour, you know, a 7-hour flight. So I will miss the live stream. I am so sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do. I will be back tomorrow night, though, to hold you down, and I will likely get in an update in the morning as well, right? So stay around. But that's going to be, the update could be in like Because now, what is it? It's almost 3 a.m. for me. Yeah. We did the live. So if it's almost 3 a.m., honestly, like, I have to pack and get out. By the time I pack and get out of here, I'm done. Like, I'll be at the airport. I really will. I got stuff all over this room. I got equipment everywhere. I got wires all over the place. I got to work my butt off now. Absolutely exhausted. And that's just how it is. Nobody cares, man. You got to keep pushing. Nobody's there to pick up the pace but you. You got to keep pushing. You got to stay disciplined. You got to stay poised. You got to keep going. I'll be home tomorrow, man. It'll be great. So. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. The secret to success. The secret to success. You know what it is. It's getting started. That's what it is. It's getting started.